Next we have Dr. Corey Liow and his beautiful wife, Michelle. Put your hands together for these amazing, incredible people. Love you guys.
Okay, aloha. We're not professional, we have script here, so sorry, we're not. Anyway, my name is Dr. Corey Liow, and I'm joined here by my lovely wife, Michelle. We are your 2022 fundraising chairperson for this event. We know how busy all of you are, so you can be spending your Saturday doing anything, but thank you. Thank you for coming here, and you made the choice to be here, and we do not take this for granted. So on behalf of Pastor Cole, Pastor Daniel, our MCs, shelter moms, all of our Gala staff, let's give them a round of applause, for all the wonderful work they do. Thank you for the privilege of your time.
Hi, hopefully that you've all had a great time tonight. I know that I've been thoroughly enjoying listening to all of the testimonies that we've been able to hear, Sasha and Christy, and hearing Anna's story and song. I think that she wrote that when she was about 14 years old, so she's really going to be blessed in her future. But we're so glad to be here and have the opportunity to be here with you guys. We wanted to just take a moment to be able to share some of our personal story with you. So I have to write this down so that I don't go off script. But did you know that single mothers have grown so common in America that 80% of single parent families are actually headed by single mothers? And so and nearly a third of them actually live in poverty.
According to the Census Bureau, there are approximately 11 million single parents with children under the age of 18 living. A majority, 80%, are headed by single mom. Today, out of every 6 children, one of them under the age of 18, a total of 13 million are being raised without a father in America. Did you know that? So about half of the single mothers have never been married, 1 in 3 are divorced, and 1 in 5 are either separated or widowed.
And here in Hawaii, 4 out of 10 babies are born to unmarried women. So I think it is really safe to say that every single one of us that are in this room tonight have probably been affected in one way or another by a single family, a single mother home. So we have our own testimony, as I shared with you earlier. When I was about 16, I entered into a relationship where I thought that I had married the man of my dreams, or met the man of my dreams. We were together for about 7 years, and we had 2 children together. But over time, the relationship became very abusive, and it wasn't until I was in a pretty serious car accident that I had to make a painful decision to leave that marriage and enter into the world of single motherhood. So although the car accident was an unfortunate circumstance, it opened a door for me to be able to receive an outpouring of love, mercy, and grace upon my life. And I really believe that God had brought some incredible people into my path that would forever change the trajectory of my life. I accepted Christ into my heart, and I started down an incredible healing journey in more ways than one. I started attending the church, went back to school, went to college, and I met the real man of my dreams. So as I look back on my life, I know that it was because of people like you that are sitting in this room today that played a very important role in making me the person that I am today. People who helped me along my healing journey, giving me the confidence of knowing that God cares for me. He had a plan for me. He had a future, not to harm me, but to give me a hope. And so I opened up my heart once again, and here we are today. So Corey and I met at church. Everybody go to church because you're going to meet somebody there that's going to be good for you. He'd never been married before or had his own children, but he was willing to take on a task and shoulder a responsibility that was never his to begin with. He gladly took our 2 kids in and adopted them as his own.
So here we are, 25 years later. Thank you. Thank you. Standing before you as we celebrate the November National Adoption Month here at the Gala with you. Again, thank you for the privilege of your time. We share this personal story with you to let you know that your time here is not wasted today. When you invest in a ministry like Shelter, because your presence here is engaging a biblical principle in Psalms chapter 68, verse 5. Be a father to the fatherless. Be a defender of the widows. Be a defender of those who cannot defend themselves. Provide for those who cannot provide for themselves. God cares deeply about families, especially for single moms, the children, the fatherless, the widows, and the orphans. Those have a special place in God's heart. We are truly, all of us want to do God's will in our life, but can I just tell you that you are truly at your best and at the center of God's will when you're able to open up your hearts to be an extension of God's arm, providing for those that are very dear to God's heart. Perhaps you've been wondering what the Shelter is all about all this time and thinking about being part of its mission. Tonight is the night. Michelle and me invite you, stand here before you as a living testimony, pleading with you for the power of God, what God can do when you choose to stand in the gap for the fatherless, the single moms, and those who cannot defend themselves. So there is no better time. We invite you to open up your heart, give a car, if you have a car, for whatever you want to do.
Tesla for Tish.
Yeah. Open up your heart tonight and join us as being part of the Shelter solution. Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this: to look after orphans and widows in their distress and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. James chapter 1 verse 27. Thank you so much again for your time.
Thank you for the privilege of your time.